Here we are, an introduction to search engines. For some of you who do have some experience on the web marketing, web advertising, etc., this may be a little too rudimentary. I do think we all think, our team feels it's valuable, even for someone who's experienced, to take a look at these early modules because it'll essentially give you a vocabulary that we here at Klinkle share and we utilize. The web is obviously it's brand new to the world, so to speak. The vocabulary changes weekly. We add new words. Google is a word it's now not only a noun, it's now a verb. To Google something is certainly part of the commonplace lexicon. Search engines hopefully are not too far behind in a sense of understanding collectively. But for those of you who aren't exactly sure what a search engine is, what a browser is, how a search engine works, how it generates results, we're going to touch on that here. So a browser, in this case we're using Chrome. There are other very popular browsers, Internet Explorer, Firefox. Those are the big three, I guess. What they're simply a way to engage the web. Once we open up a browser, if we click on that little E, in this case, we clicked on the Chrome tab, and now up pops a browser. We're online, and we're utilizing the web through that browser. The difference between one browser and another, is that certain browsers have different functions, different settings, bookmarks, a way to organize our personal information that's a little different from others. It does not affect search engine results, does not affect queries. So if your site is performing well in the search engines, it is going to perform well in the search engines via Internet Explorer, via via Google's Chrome, Firefox, etc., etc. Now on to the idea or the definition of a search engine. A search engine is essentially a place, it's a venue where we are able to engage nearly all of the content on the web effectively. Just imagine for a second that we wanted to search for a coffee mug, but we wanted to search at random and dig through all the websites out there and find the most appropriate website for coffee mugs. Well, I think the web is doubling in size every 6 months, so where we would even start, I have no idea. Potentially a forum. We could go to a corporate site. Who knows? It would be a challenge to get started. Search engines, essentially Google being one, Yahoo another, YouTube another, Bing another. These search engines mine all this data, store it, examine it, and then present it according to our query. They're all a little different. They all have different algorithms, different equations that provide different results. Google's algorithm is considered the most efficient in the business, and for that reason, market share is huge. Here is let's see, which we do, coffee mugs. That was the plan. Okay, so we're doing coffee mugs. That's what we're going to search for. When we do that, you'll see that we get plenty of results. Before we even get into the results, let's understand that Google is not semantic. The machine does not understand what a coffee mug is. All it is doing is looking at the characters, looking at the way they're organized, seeing how many words there are, etc., etc., and organizing data according to what it feels will be the best response for somebody putting in these particular characters in a particular order. For us, the experience is semantic. We know what a coffee mug is, and we know what we're looking for. Fortunately for both parties, it works out pretty effectively. You'll see here we have the results. Okay, we have separate modules where we touch on the difference between natural and paid search. Just to quickly get started, paid, you'll see there's a shaded region up here. That is all paid search, and then down here on the right, this whole right column, all paid search. It's important to realize that these websites aren't necessarily the best in terms of providing quality information relative to this particular term. What they are is businesses who aren't able to rank for this particular term, who want the traffic. In some cases, they are businesses that are able to rank for the specific term. You'll see Zazzle is paying for traffic, and it also ranks number one. So ironically, it wants more traffic than the number one spot in natural search provides, because this term is obviously converting. Okay, natural search, these are the results that the algorithm is providing of all the data out there according to Google, the way it's organized, the way it's ranked. These are the best results. You can see that I already clicked on a couple of these. I tested these right before the video. Let's take a look at the first, Zazzle, a fantastic site. We have a ton, an absolute ton of mugs to look at. So yes, the search engine is providing a very useful experience. That first result is valuable. The second, Crate and Barrel, we're on their page. We're not on the home page, but we're on a page specific to, you guessed it, coffee mugs. So you can see it's providing good results. The search engine is working. Let's go to page 6. Now we're in the 60s. There are 10 natural listings per page, I believe. So here we are. Look at this. Let's do all modern. This one's pretty valuable too. So sometimes businesses that have valuable sites are buried. It's unfortunate. Now we're a little off base here. They probably, it looks like we have some sort of saucer. Obviously that's a bowl and not a coffee mug. So maybe the search engine is working as it ought to. Let's try here. Ecosystem. Okay, here's some information, but you can see it's not. I'm not sure exactly what this is actually, but you can see it's not. It's not as perfect a fit. It's not really what we're looking for if we're potentially plugging in coffee mugs, and as a result, it appears this again. The search engine is doing its job. It's buried this a bit. It's not serving this up top in the first, second, third spot. We're on page 6. What happens? Let's go to page 8 just to get a good feel. What do we have here? Here we are, another mixer. It looks like we have a tumbler, some sort of glass tumbler, but again, a bottle, so it's a mix. There are coffee mugs. It's not dedicated to coffee mugs, and for that reason, and amongst other reasons, it's not ranking anywhere near the top. So as you can see, the search engine is generally pretty effective. It can be gamed. People spend their lives trying to game it to try to put pages like this, very salesy pages, up top near the search engines. Natural results, because of course those natural results don't cost us anything, where paid search does cost us. That said, like I said, especially with Google, these search engines are effective. What we do here at Klinkle, we examine what's up top. We essentially suss out the competition and then reverse engineer the process. More on that in future modules.